Today I want to briefly talk about using camouflage netting as a normal person. I know calling myself normal might be being very generous, but what I'm trying to say is using it as somebody who just likes to go out camping, spending time in the great outdoors, rather than somebody who's trying to utterly disappear on some deep undercover mission where it's vital you don't get spotted. I'm talking about using something as super light, super packable, super cheap as a bit of netting that you can throw over a tent or a bivvy, or build yourself a little screen in the woodlands to cover your camp from eyes that are hopefully not looking for you in the first place, and therefore you've got your first advantage. It was actually the effectiveness of the camo netting on this recent bivvy camp that inspired me to head out today and do a little bit of filming in various conditions with my various camo nets. So I've been using various types of netting for just over a year now. Just to be absolutely clear, I'm not claiming to be an expert and I'm not trying to be an expert. In fact, quite the opposite. I'm trying to say, look how effective just using a bit of low cost netting can be. So just to put this into perspective, one of the reasons I think that camo netting is so handy is because all three of those nets you just saw me take out of that bag came in at under 1 kilogram, including the weight of the dry sack, and I'll show you how small and how lightweight just one of those packs down to in a second. Firstly though, let me just give you an immediate bit of advice. You can see that even though these are meant to be the same length, the middle one is far longer because I've deliberately stretched that out to show you how much you might think you're stretching it out and getting more for your money, when the reality is all you're doing is making it thinner and you're opening up bigger gaps in the holes of the netting, which of course makes it less of a screen and potentially easier to spot you. So you never really want to pull these tight. A final note on the actual nets I'm using. This is the listing that I bought the furthest and darkest pattern from, and this is the listing I bought the closest to the camera in this shot from. If I remember right, they are all 1.5 by 3 meters in length, and they all cost between £10 and £20, although of course on Amazon the prices are often changing, so always check for the latest. This is how small that one from the Sitong listing is though. Look how small it packs, and it's 326 grams, including the bag. So yeah, really easy and lightweight and small to pack away. So what I thought I'd do is start by showing you this in the worst case scenario first, before we then head into the woodlands to use the camo netting as a screen rather than as a direct bivvy bag cover. So of course, here we are out in the open, a completely mismatched background and ground to the bivvy bag itself, and of course completely open, no tree cover or anything. Plus, of course, remember in these clips we are at close range, knowing exactly where the bivvy bag is, looking directly at it, whereas the reality is what we're trying to do is blend in enough that if somebody walks past, hopefully they won't ever be this close to your campsite, but if they are walking past in the distance, there's nothing that's going to raise their suspicion. There's no extraordinary man-made shapes lurking out of the ground or anything like that. That's something I want to reiterate once again. We are looking at close range, at camera clips specifically focused on the subject. I've had people comment on previous camping videos and camo videos I've done, outraged, saying, well, I could see you straight away, etc., etc. But the point is, we're trying to blend into the entirety of the outdoors, not just one single camera shot of an environment, especially when people won't be looking for us in the first place. So just to recap here, I think that this green camouflage doesn't really do much at all to help disguise the bivvy bag, whereas the dark camouflage makes it immediately look far more like just a natural shadow of something in the environment. And as I say, remember, this is where you would hope people wouldn't be walking straight by your campsite, so they'd just be seeing this in the distance. And of course, if we add a little bit of natural camouflage in as well, it can really make a difference. But my point in this video is not going over the top and not doing all of that extra stuff. This is just using the camo netting and what a difference it can make if you're using the right sort of tones of the camouflage colour and pattern. Just zooming in on that darker camo pattern, I am really amazed at how effective it is in a lot of environments. Making it look like a shadow rather than trying to blend the colour of the environment seems to really be effective. For example, here, I would say that middle, lighter camouflage pattern is going to be the best in this environment. But given what I've just said, prepare to have that not be the case. I also want to say that, of course, whereas we just viewed the worst case scenario of trying to camouflage a situation out in the open in a completely mismatched environment, once we're in a little bit of woodland, and this is a really sparse thin bit of wood, so it's really well lit compared to a proper dense woodland, and there's not as many trees to get between you and anybody walking by, yet you can still see how those few bits of tree trunk, twig and branch between us and the camouflage immediately help to really disguise it. So here we have the lighter camouflage pattern, which at first appeared like it would fit really well, but as soon as we've put it in place, it doesn't appear to be very well blended at all, and that's because we have to think about things from the perspective of the viewer, of the passerby, the random walker, and because there's green grass and foliage around, obviously that light camo that matched the general woodland from this perspective doesn't match the green foliage on the ground at all, whereas that darker greener camouflage pattern suddenly blends in a lot better. So if we talk about the actual usage here, you can see I'm not just trying to cover up a bivy bag to sleep in, I'm trying to cover up a small section of woodland so I could, say, sit down and do my cooking or set up my tent behind it, etc., and have a small area that is shielded from the outside world, at least to a greater degree than having nothing there. Of course, some of these shots we're viewing from extremely close up in the worst case scenario, looking directly at it with no interruptions, but this is the whole point of what I'm trying to illustrate in this video. Here I've just strung up a simple bit of camouflage netting, and look, from any kind of distance, and this is no real distance, but you can see the camo netting itself is not really standing out in any way, and then as soon as I put myself down beneath that netting, whether I was cooking, sitting around, as long as I wasn't doing any wild motions like this, you can see that it's unbelievably effective. And again, if you say, I don't know how much that cost me, but somewhere around $11.99 this particular netting is at this exact moment on Amazon when I'm recording this video, and look how effective it is. It weighs maybe 300 and something grams if you've got it in a bag as well, and you can throw something like that up and have that immediate incredible cover. So, like I say, I'm not trying to claim this is amazing expert level camouflage. I'm just trying to show you that it doesn't have to be something that, like me, again, years and years of camping with my friends and so on, and I never thought about just this sort of stuff. It's a bit of fun to use, it's a bit of something different to go out and play around with, and it just adds something to the general, again, just the general experience. But it doesn't have to be something that really bogs down your trip, that you have to really think about and take any particular extraordinary equipment or anything. Just a really lightweight bit of netting that can really compress down to nothing. Chuck it in your rucksack. You might not even use it, but it doesn't matter too much because you'll barely know it's there. So you can see that green camo netting here doesn't fit in quite as well, but when I go to that darker camo netting, look at that. Suddenly, from this angle, we've got a really good match. Unfortunately, on both of these clips with the green and this dark camo, I just stretched it a little bit too much. I wasn't really thinking, I didn't realise until I was long gone from the woodlands just how much I'd pulled the netting apart to stretch it between those trees for these clips. But even so, you can still see every moment that I stop and am still, you can, rather than doing this wild waving gesture, you can see just how much, even with the net stretched a little bit too tightly, you can see how well it helps conceal my location and campsite. And this is really all I wanted to say in this video, is that for something like this, that it's so lightweight, it's so cheap, it packs down so small, I think the benefits are significantly greater than those costs in all areas. and it might not be something that you particularly need, but like you say, it's a bit of fun just to play around with. It's surprisingly effective, and ultimately, it's another one of those things that I just like to take out and play around with sometimes. And that to me is, well, it's worth it just for the enjoyment value of that alone. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking as soon as possible now because I promised myself this wouldn't go over 10 minutes and I look like I'm going to fail in that promise. So thank you very much for watching. I'd like to say a massive thank you to my channel members, Facebook subscribers, PayPal and Coffee supporters. As I always say, without you, half of the last year's worth of adventures almost certainly wouldn't have happened, so I am tremendously grateful. Please do consider becoming a subscriber and so on if you aren't already, and if you really want to support me, then check some of the links out in the description. I will also leave some Amazon associate links to some of the gear that you might have seen used in this video, and if you buy through those I will get a commission, so it's an excellent way to support these videos if you're looking at getting some of this sort of kit anyway. Until the next time though, my friends, keep it camouflage, keep it interesting, have an absolutely fantastic day, and of course, my friends, farewell.